Hello, my name is Emma Fawcett and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Newton Abbey, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Thank you so much for joining me today on Emma's Crafty Space. Today I'm going to be working with this beautiful suite called Lights Aglow. I call it a mega suite in that there is 2 stamp sets and 2 sets of dies. And then you have these little pearls, 4 different colours. You have lovely gold and vanilla satin edged ribbon, and it has that nice wee gold fleck in through it. You've got glimmer paper in 3 different colours. You've also got this kind of foil speciality paper, so you'll be able to see that more so as I work through the project. And then you have a beautiful 6x6 DSP, and again this paper has a lovely foil detail through it. So if I tilt that into the light, you can see just the foils on them. They're absolutely stunning. Double backed as usual. This here one is probably one of my favorites there. You can just see all those lovely little snowflakes, and then you've got like Christmas tree design. And your color scheme for this suite is cherry cobbler, evening evergreen, soft succulent, very vanilla, and basic black, and then obviously your golds as well. So it's very rich and luxurious. I just think it's a beautiful suite. Normally I wouldn't be too big a fan of black, but those foils really set the black off. So it is a really nice suite. As I said, it is quite extensive in that you've got your 2 stamp sets and then your die sets to match. So you can see there, like, you've got lovely snowflake details as well, and then like the punched holes. You've got tags, your big Christmas tree, another tag, and then borders as well. So I've worked with some of these in the project, so I'll show those as we're going through this. So I will show you, just one tip as well. Whenever the pearls arrive, they're going to arrive like this. Whenever I first looked at them, I thought that I'd been sent the wrong ones. The red ones are hidden up underneath the tag, so don't be startled when you first receive it. You know, everything is in place. So this is the project. So I have used a gold glimmer paper, and I've actually used one of the dies here on the front, and that's one of the wee tags off it as well. And I cut this little tree out as well using the dies. So whenever you open it up, it is going to be like this. So again, that's the border die, and then you've got this little piece that sits up in the middle. So there's a little slit in it, and that is for you to place either a gift card or cash or whatever you want to put in that. You could also even put in a little card with a wee sentimental verse or a photograph or something in it and gift it to someone. So obviously this side is your sentiment, and then you would write your personal greeting here. So it all just folds up really nice and tidy, and then it fits in a 4x4 envelope. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your measurements, and I'll just show you this one on camera as well, because this is the foil speciality paper. So I don't know, I'm hoping the camera's picking up all the little foil designs. This one has larger snowflakes on it. So again, just hoping that you can see that in the light. Okay, so I'm going to give you all your measurements and your score lines first. So I probably should have used Very Vanilla because it's part of the suite, but I chose the thick basic white. So your first piece, which is the actual base of the project, measures 4 inches by 10 inches. And then you scored at 4 inches, 5 inches and 6 inches. Okay. And then the little slit, if you measure about 7/8 of an inch in and 7/8 of an inch, and then just get, you can either do it on your trimmer if you're a bit more seasoned, or if you just have a wee craft blade and just cut from there to there where you've measured in your 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so I've already done that. Then your front is going to be an 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and then your DSP for the front is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then, as I say, I ran that through one of the dies, this large one here, and it was out of Labels Aglow. Okay, so, and just make sure that your wee die brush has picked everything out. Just noticed I haven't missed 2, so you just need to go through that and make sure everything's out of there. Then for the inside, Your matting layer is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and then an eighth smaller brings you down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So those are going to mat up like that. Now, for the inside of mine, I obviously ran the white piece through that. I'm not going to do it just for the purpose of the video, but that is how I achieved that. And then 2 extra little pieces that I cut. The circle was from there in Labels Aglow, and this little tree here from Twinkling Lights. So again, the tree was just an extra little addition. You know, it's something that you can miss out yourself if you want. So we'll maybe get a wee start on this. So the first thing you're going to do, you can see I've got my score lines here. So you're going to bring this one in towards you and burnish it. In the second one, you're going to, so if you have that sitting like that, bring it over to the left and burnish it. And then this one here, you're going to bring it to the left as well and burnish. Okay, so that is what it's going to look like, and if I turn it sideways you can see it there too. Okay, so now we're going to put a little bit of glue in this. Now see where your slit is, you don't want any glue in these sections, so if you want, just for reference and to keep yourself right, and mark it just for reference, so just like that and like that. Now you will need a little bit of glue down this side, but not too much. Okay, now you can use tape. I always just go to Tombow as my first choice for glue. Okay, because you need all this here to be dry so that the card can slide in, or money or whatever you're going to put in. Okay, and then just slide that over and just let it all stick to itself. I'm just going to rub that with a bone folder. I'm just noticing my bone folders leaving a dirty mark. Easy fixed. Next, you're going to, I'm just going to check the sizing. Always check your sizing before you start gluing, because whenever you're in the process of making kits and you're doing a lot, so it's easy to make mistakes. So always just check it before you stick it. Okay. Glimmer paper is quite dense, so especially when you're sticking down onto it, so sometimes it just takes a little bit more to get it to adhere to it. I don't be going over the holes, because obviously then that's going to soak up through and it'll make the front really sticky. This will take a little bit longer to stick, because you are trying to stick it to dense glitter. Just give it a good rub to make sure everything's stuck. Pressing down that center bit as well. Okay, I'm going to open it and I'm going to do my matting layers. As I say, you can run that through just to give that little snowflake or flurry effect, but I'm just going to keep it plain. Or you could even put one of the like these wee punched snowflakes on it. It's entirely up to you. As I say, I'm just keeping mine plain just for the purposes of the video today. Okay. So that is basically the bare bones of the project. I'm just going to pick out a sentiment now. Do this one, which reads, wishing you a season of hope and light. And I'm going to stamp it in cherry cobbler just to bring in a different and another colour. And obviously it's very Christmassy, red and green. Just use your grid paper to make sure everything is straight. Okay, let that sit a wee second. And then I've got this little die cut piece as well, and I'm going to stamp "'Tis the Season" on this. Okay, I love the font on these. They really are a mixture of kind of like type and script. Really, really lovely. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this up and tie it. Okay, now I always tie on the reel. It means then you maybe don't lose as much ribbon. Roughly about 19.5 to 20 inches for your bow. It just depends how big and poofy you want it to be. Not happy with that. And again, when it's on the reel, if you make a mistake, it's easier. You're not gonna be as wasteful. It's a bit more fiddly because you've got it obviously attached at one end. Your loops as big or as small as you want them to be. I'm happy enough with that. Remember, don't use your snips to cut ribbon because it just makes them very blunt. Okay, now one thing I would recommend is that you put a little glue dot in underneath, just because you don't want the ribbon moving about too much or losing the ribbon once it's opened. So just one in under there. Your tag's going to cover it anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. And then one on the back, or two. It's up to you how many you think you need. Okay, so that means whenever the ribbon's opened, it's not going anywhere. It's just in place. Okay, so I'm just going to use Dimensionals and layer up my little label now, especially now that I've got my ribbon attached. It's a very cute little circle because you've got little punch shapes like in different sizes all the way around. Place that down. So whenever you open it then, I'll just get my gift card. Just slide that in. It might take a wee second or two just to fiddle about with it because obviously it's just a wee slice. And then just close that up. And that is your little pouch complete. So very simple project. Can use it for any occasion. And then again, if you want to, you can add that little tree or just keep it for another project. I'm going to leave it off this one actually and maybe just put some of the little pearls on. Put 3 on. I do everything in 3s or odd numbers. that complete. So hopefully you will have a go yourself and make someone very happy at Christmas when they open that up and get a nice little surprise. It's great because it doubles up as a card as well as a gift. And as I say, it's 4 inches square, so it will fit in a 4x4 inch envelope. So very, very easy and very simple, but looks quite difficult. So hopefully you'll have a go yourself and have fun with it, and you make all different kind of designs and patterns. As I say, I've used Lights Aglow, but you could really use any color scheme. It doesn't even just have to be for Christmas. I will enclose a list of all the products that I've used in the description, and there's a link to my online store if you need any supplies. So that is me for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.